Hi all, hope you are safe and doing well. In this lesson we will explain how to solve an absolute value inequalities and we will try to solve these examples, so let's start. Absolute value of x smaller than 2. What we will do is divide the number line into three parts. The first one, when x is greater than 2. Second one, when x between minus 2 and 2. And the third part, when x smaller than minus 2. And we will see where do we have a solution. So for x greater than 2, just take any value greater than 2, for example 3, and plug it here. Absolute value of 3 equal to 3, smaller than 2, which is false. So here we have no solution. What about part 2? When x lies between minus 2 and 2, so take any value, for example 0, and plug it here. Absolute value of 0 equal to 0, smaller than 2, which is true, so we have a solution here. And what about the third part, when x is smaller than minus 2, so just take any value, for example minus 4. Absolute value of minus 4 equal to 4, smaller than 2, which is false, so here we have no solution. So we can say that graphically the solution lies between minus 2 and 2, or x belong to minus 2 plus 2. And if we don't want to draw the number line, we can directly say x is smaller than 2 and x is greater than minus 2. So x belong to minus 2 plus 2. Here they are excluded because it's smaller than only. Let's take some examples. Absolute value of 5x plus 3 is smaller than 10, so we can write it as 5x plus 3 smaller than 10, just copy it as it is, and 5x plus 3 greater than minus 10. So this is the general form. Now we have to find x, so subtract 3 on both sides. 5x smaller than 10 minus 3 equal to 7. So x smaller than 7 over 5. And here we have the same, so subtract 3. We will get 5x greater than minus 13. Divide by 5, so x greater than minus 13 over 5. So x smaller than 7 over 5 and greater than minus 13 over 5. We can write it as x belong to minus 13 over 5, 7 over 5. Here we have to remove this 2 first, so you'll divide both sides by 2. Now we have absolute value of x minus 3 smaller than or equal to. Now to remove the absolute value, we will say x minus 3 smaller than or equal to and x minus 3 greater than or equal to minus 2. Add 3 on both sides, so x smaller than or equal 2 plus 3 equal to 5, and the same here, so we'll add 3 on both sides. Minus 3 plus 3 0, so x greater than or equal minus 2 plus 3 equal to plus 1. Graphically, so on the number line we have, suppose that here is 1 and here is 5. So x is greater than 1 and smaller than 5, so it will be in this region. We can write it x belong to 1, 5. Pay attention to the brackets, they are included because here we have smaller than or equal and greater than or equal, so we should make them included. Second case, when absolute value of x greater than or equal to something. So in this example, it's greater than 1. As we did before, we will divide the number line into three parts, 1, 2, 3. The first one, when x greater than 1, so we'll take any value, 3 for example, plug it here, absolute value of 3 equal to 3, greater than or equal to 1, which is true. So here we have a solution. When x lies between -1 and 1, so take any value, 0, absolute value of 0 equal to 0, greater than or equal to 1, which is false. So here in this area we have no solution. And in part 3, when x is smaller than -1, so take any value, -3 for example, absolute value of -3 equal to 3, greater than or equal to 1, which is true. So here also we have a solution. So x greater than or equal to 1 or x smaller than or equal to -1. Pay attention, here we say or, not and. When we have a greater sign, we say or. If you want to write it as an interval, x belong to -infinity, -1 included, because here we have equal, union -1 plus infinity. Let's take some examples. Absolute value of 4x minus 3 greater than or equal to 7. So remove the absolute value. 4x minus 3 greater than or equal to 7, or 4x minus 3 smaller than or equal to -7. Now to find x plus 3, we have 4x greater than or equal to 10, divide by 4, x greater than or equal to 10 over 4. Same here, so plus 3 and plus 3. 4x smaller than or equal to -4, divide by 4. So x smaller than or equal to -1. So we can say x belongs to -infinity, -1 included, union -1 plus infinity. 5 multiplied by 3x minus 6 greater than or equal to 15. So we have to remove this 5 first, divide by 5. So absolute value of 3x minus 6 greater than or equal to 3. Now to remove the absolute value, we will say 3x minus 6 greater than or equal to 3, or 3x minus 6 smaller than or equal to -3, plus 6 on both sides, so 3x greater than or equal to 9, or 3x smaller than or equal to +3, divide by 3, so x greater than or equal to 3, or x smaller than or equal to +1. If you want to write it as interval, so x belong to -infinity to 1 included, because we have or equal, union 3 plus infinity. Hope it's clear. Goodbye.